If you thought the hype for the MCU was going to die down after Avengers Endgame came out, you may want to think again. How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and as if Phase 4 wasn't exciting enough, we still have the reveal of Phase 5 coming up pretty soon. And not only that, but the future of the MCU has never looked more exciting, considering the fact that the Fantastic Four and the X-Men are coming to the MCU as well. And if all of that wasn't enough to get you excited, we now have reports saying that Galactus himself is heading into the MCU very soon. And not only Galactus, but Tyrant as well, and possibly Marvel's Ultimates. So in this video, I'll talk about Galactus and Tyrant entering the MCU soon, how we may even hear of Galactus as early on as in the Eternals, how the Ultimates could be introduced into the MCU and how Galactus could be tied to them, and where Galactus could have been this whole entire time throughout the MCU's history. I'll break it all down in this video. Also, if you would like a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment below with your favorite superhero or villain so you can enter my giveaway. I'll be picking a winner at 500,000 subscribers. So today's report comes from MCU Cosmic. MCU Cosmic has leaked and has been right about many MCU leaks in the past. In fact, MCU Cosmic was the first to report on an Eternals movie being in the process of coming into the MCU, and of course, as we know, the Eternals was just announced for Phase 4. And last night, MCU Cosmic announced that Galactus and Tyrant are going to be coming into the MCU soon. The report said, with San Diego Comic-Con over and the revelation of Phase 4, many think there's not much else planned for the MCU. Not true at all. They have all of Phase 5 planned out already, and with the Fox purchase, Marvel has a lot of new toys they've been waiting to play with. At some point in the near future, Marvel Studios plans to introduce the planet-eating Galactus as well as one of his lesser-known creations, Tyrant. Galactus being introduced into the MCU is something that many fans have been waiting for a really long time now, but doesn't really come as much of a surprise. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones was an insanely powerful villain. A villain that took 11 years to build up. Sure, there are a lot of powerful villains out there such as Annihilus and Doctor Doom, but not many that could actually outdo Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones. However, Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, could definitely do the trick, and he's definitely somebody that could be built up over the years as well, much like Thanos was. Galactus over time has had many different heralds, which leads us back to MCU Cosmic's report that Tyrant will also be introduced alongside of Galactus. If you're unfamiliar with who Tyrant is, he was in the early 90s Silver Surfer comic run. Galactus is actually the one who makes Tyrant in his own image and bestows upon him the power Cosmic. Tyrant serves Galactus until he eventually gets his own desire for conquest, and then he rebels against Galactus. Tyrant betrays Galactus, and the two of them enter into an epic cosmic battle that results in some galaxies being destroyed. Ultimately, Galactus goes on to defeat Tyrant, strips him of the power Cosmic, and then banishes him into deep space. Now, MCU Cosmic also mentions Galactus' connections to the Celestials, and the fact that the Celestials are going to be introduced in the Eternals. Officially, that is. And we know that the Eternals is going to take the future of the MCU into the cosmos. And they're going to introduce the Celestials because the Celestials are the ones who created the Eternals and the Deviants. And what we could end up seeing in the Eternals is that Tyrant could be the very first herald of Galactus. The Eternals would take place thousands of years before the Silver Surfer was even born. So this still leaves room for the Silver Surfer to appear in the future of the MCU as the Herald of Galactus still. It's not likely that we'll see Galactus in the Eternals, but we could see Tyrant. Galactus probably won't be introduced until years down the road and will most likely be built up just the way they did Thanos. Short clips of him here and there, maybe some post-credit scenes until ultimately he becomes the big bad villain of the MCU. MCU Cosmic also mentions Galactus' connections to the Ultimates and how we have many of the Ultimates in the MCU already. The Ultimates consist of Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Blue Marvel, American Chavez, and Galactus. Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau already exist in the MCU, so they would only have to introduce Blue Marvel, American Chavez, and of course, Galactus. The Ultimates storyline for Galactus would put a different twist on his character. It would take him from being Galactus the Devourer of Worlds to Galactus the Lifebringer. He would go from destroying planets to creating them, which would be an interesting storyline to see after he was already the big bad. And since Galactus is such a huge villain, the question could be, during this whole entire time of the MCU and Thanos, where was Galactus? Of course, there's always the possibility that he was just simply in another part of the universe. However, Galactus is a being of extreme power, and he most likely knew that Thanos was collecting all of the Infinity Stones. And no matter who you are or how powerful you are no match for all of the Infinity Stones together. Thanos wiped out half of all living creatures in the whole entire universe using the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet. So perhaps Galactus was simply keeping his distance from Thanos. Perhaps he was waiting for Thanos to die before devouring all of the planets around Thanos. Not to mention, he devours these planets for their energy in order to survive. And the Russo brothers confirmed that the Infinity Stones aren't necessarily gone, they were simply reduced to atoms. They said that they could come back, so maybe Galactus is seeking the Infinity Stones for their power now. But wherever he was in the universe, and whatever reason we haven't seen him yet, everybody is really excited about this news about Galactus finally coming into the MCU. So be sure to let me know how excited you are for this to be happening in the comments down below. And how do you hope Galactus is introduced? And again, don't forget to comment with your favorite superhero or villain, like this video, and subscribe to my channel so you can enter my giveaway. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.